Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we dive into the strangest, darkest, and most bizarre real-life stories and somehow manage to laugh through the awkwardness. Today's episode, forget Gordon Ramsay, because this story is about the most cursed cooking show you've never seen. We're talking about host clubs, drama, betrayal, and yes, a giant industrial cooking pot. Buckle up. This one's stewing.
First, let's set the stage. Kabukicho, Tokyo's nightlife Disneyland. But instead of Mickey Mouse, you get chain-smoking guys with perfect hair shouting, "One more bottle, baby!" If you never heard of a host club, here's the crash course. You pay a good-looking dude to pour you drinks, laugh at your jokes, and pretend you're interesting. It's basically OnlyFans, but with bad cologne and overpriced champagne. Now, these clubs are huge business, like billions of yen huge. But the industry's history is messy. Picture sequins, smoke machines, and behind the curtain, organized crime, shady loans, and more drama than 10 seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
In this glamorous chaos lived one guy. Let's call him Mr. Shinjuku Superstar. He was nicknamed the Emperor of West Tokyo. Imagine a man who looked like he was permanently auditioning for a boy band but acted like a mafia boss. And people loved him. Clubs, money, women throwing money at him like he was a human pachinko machine. He was famous, flashy, and feared. The guy made headlines, sold photo books, strutted around like he owned Kabukicho. Spoiler, he did not own Kabukicho. Kabukicho owned him. Now here's the catch. Our emperor wasn't exactly the warm, fuzzy type. He was notorious for being violent, controlling, and about as pleasant as stepping barefoot on a Lego the size of a couch. Rumors say he once made employees eat fish alive from the club's aquarium. Another time, dog poop. Yes, you heard that right. This wasn't the boss. This was a cartoon villain who skipped character development. But people still work for him. Why? Because money. And also in host culture, if you're attached to a star, the cash keeps flowing. It's like working for Elon Musk. Yeah, he might tweet something insane, but the stock prices still move. Eventually though, times changed. Host culture wasn't the Wild West anymore. Police cracked down, the economy shifted, and suddenly, our emperor was running out of fans, out of money, and out of patience. So, what do you do when business is bad? Normal people cut costs, do marketing, maybe host a 2-for-1 bottle night. This guy scream at his employees and demand they each cough up cash like a mafia side hustle. One unlucky host, let's call him Mr. Unpaid Intern, got stuck in the middle. After getting caught by police for aggressive recruiting, he lost the emperor's trust. The emperor then asked him for the small sum of 1 million yen. That's about $10,000 USD. Yeah, because when I can't pay rent, the solution is obviously to hand over a down payment on a car. Totally reasonable. Mr. Unpaid Intern had enough, and so did another host, Mr. Sidekick. Together, they started whispering about, well, let's just say removing the emperor from the equation. Not firing him, not blocking him on text, more like canceling his subscription to Life's streaming service. But remember, this is YouTube, so let's call it Project Gordon Ramsay Nightmare Kitchen. And oh boy, did they cook. Here's where it gets bizarre. The plan was straight out of a horror movie, mixed with the cooking channel. They stuffed the emperor into a giant industrial stew pot. Yes, the same kind used for ramen shops. Filled it with industrial strength cleaner instead of broth and simmered it overnight. That's right, instead of Iron Chef, we got Iron Pipe Cleaner. They even took turns stirring it like some nightmarish witch's brew. Imagine walking in on that. Hey dad, what's for dinner? And he's just sweating over a pot like, oh, you know, Tuesday things. And get this, one of the fathers actually came home mid-simmer. He sees this giant pot bubbling away, realizes what's happening, and instead of running for the hills, he helps stir the pot. Talk about family bonding. Forget playing catch or going fishing. This is next level. Dad's like, I just didn't want my son to be alone in this. So there are better father-son activities. Try Monopoly next time. By sunrise, the emperor was basically reduced to bones. They dumped the rest down the drain and scattered whatever was left at a river. If you're wondering, yes, this is the worst plumbing commercial ever. But here's the kicker. They thought they pulled off the perfect crime, like CSI Shinjuku was just gonna shrug and go home. But no, Japanese police are way too dedicated for that.
Fast forward 3 years later, cops are still digging. And in the sewer system, they find an implant screw. Just a tiny piece of metal left over from dental surgery. That little screw blew the whole case wide open. Imagine thinking you cooked up the perfect plan only to be taken down by a tooth implant. That's karma with the dental plan, baby.
So what happened? Mr. Sidekick couldn't handle prison life, and let's just say he didn't make it to trial. Mr. Unpaid Intern? 20 years behind bars. And our emperor? Well, his reign ended in the stew pot. The whole thing became infamous as one of Japan's wildest crime stories. And honestly, it sounds less like true crime and more like a rejected Quentin Tarantino movie.
So what do we learn from today's story? A few life lessons. Don't treat your employees like garbage, or they might treat you like soup stock. Crime is never worth it, because CSI-level dental records will catch up to you. And most importantly, if your dad offers to help stir a mysterious bubbling pot in the kitchen, run. That's it for today's episode of Why Humanity Needs an Off Switch. Smash that like button if you're never eating ramen again. Drop a comment about what cursed cooking show this should be called, and subscribe for more stories that make you go, wait, people actually did that? Until next time, stay safe, stay weird, and keep your cookware for cooking, not whatever that was.